won't expect to find many things found in the rest of the world, BattleTech being one of them. The only exposure I had to BattleTech as a young boy was with the MechWarrior 2 video game that we had back on our old PCs, and there was a MechWarrior game, or even more than one, on Nintendo. So we played those. Marauder, Archer, awesome, and alright. It wasn't until much later that I got more exposure to BattleTech, and I was a fan ever since. As far as the mech large robots go, Gundam and... well, as far as games go, no, Gundam isn't one of them. As far as video games go, MechWarrior and Front Mission are my favorite franchises. Front Mission maybe even more because it's a turn-based strategy and I absolutely love those. I wish there was another Front Mission game. We haven't seen a Front Mission game since the Front Mission evolved, and that wasn't a proper Front Mission game. That's pretty much where the franchise ended. I want to see a Front Mission game on PlayStation 5 level of graphics. That would be wonderful. Well, Galaxy, if that's the level you've reached, then I would recommend that you try a game type which you haven't tried before and see how it hits you. Another thing that you can do is you can try to essentially give yourself a task of what to do in the game, or play a certain game a different way. That's what I usually do. That's one of the reasons why I never get bored with games, because I always try something else or give myself a different challenge. Right now, for example, one of the games that I'm playing right now, apart from Volcanoids, is I returned to Just Cause 2 because I have never 100%ed that game. So I've given myself a challenge, and now I'm trying to 100% Just Cause 2. And you might think, well, what's the big idea? What's the big deal? It's not a very difficult game. Yeah, that game has 2,500 collectibles. And so far I've collected 218 of them. So yeah, it's a task. it's gonna last me a while. Let's see what we have here. We have a Flea. That's gonna fall over the moment he gets hit with anything. He doesn't even have any... oh, he has the machine guns. Let's see if we can actually deal with him right away. Yep, we can. There we go. And that's why you never keep the ammo in the cockpit. If you keep the ammo in the cockpit, you're gonna get hurt, because that ammo is going to explode.
Confirmed.
That's another thing that's wonderful about this game is how detailed it is about such things.
Firing all weapons.
Okay, so that was a miss on many levels. Oh, you are a missiler. I should have left you behind.
Copy that. Got that too. Good to go. Roger.
Say hello to the Marauder. Well, the computer does that.
Mech destroyed.
And that's why you always want to set up your own mech yourself and put ammunition somewhere where it won't matter if it explodes. I always put ammo in the legs because yeah, I might topple over it if it detonates, but I won't suffer any arm loss or any weapon loss, and as long as the other leg survives, it's fine. It's highly unlikely to lose both legs. At least, that didn't happen to me once. I lost pilots, I was headshotted, but I have never been delegged.
All weapons committed.
That's a dead guy.
Enemy mech destroyed.
I know the feeling all too well because that same reason is why I can't stream all the games that I want to stream. But look at it this way, there are plenty older games you might enjoy.
Confirmed. Mech destroyed.
Mission successful.
One of the games that I'm looking forward to streaming very soon, probably, well, I'll see when, but I'm looking forward to streaming Dungeon Keeper series and the Total Annihilation series. And these are old games, but they're very good. They're also very hard. Well, Dungeon Keeper not so much. Total Annihilation Kingdoms is kind of difficult. Supreme Commander, not so much. There are also some obscure games I want to play on stream, like the Zed Steel Soldiers, and Swine. Yeah, Vic, it takes some getting used to playing Total Annihilation Kingdoms. It's not your standard strategy game in many ways, so it's it can be tricky. Ace. So this is an archer. I didn't even notice that I actually headshotted that command. No, he got killed by the ammo explosion. Right. So we have two archers. We have a secondary archer. Where is the secondary archer? There it is. And that one has 4 missiles up. So let's get this guy up. It still requires 1 day to do, so let's get that day passed.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Okay, Mech Bay base. Oh, absolutely, Vic. That the leveling system of the troops was one of the things that I loved the most. But it was still a Total Annihilation game, so it was basically you trying to outbuild the enemy. And if you came from games like Red Alert and Command & Conquer, you didn't have that ingrained, because in those games you would just build enough to overwhelm a static defense and whatever the enemy built at the time. In Total Annihilation, you have to keep building, you have to keep adding, you have to keep going. Otherwise, you're just gonna fall behind, and that's a difficult mindset to get into sometimes. Okay, so I can get some missiles on this. Now, I don't want to put a 10-ton of LRM 20, but LRM 10 is 5-ton. But if I put 4 LRM 10s, then I'm just doing LRM 20s anyway. It's 7 tons, 4 LRM 15s, so we'll do those. I can't put that. If I put these, then I won't be able to add enough ammo. Because I need to put ammo for these things in there as well. And this is an LRM. Fuck this. We're gonna do this. And I have 7 tons left for ammunition. I don't really need anything else because missiles don't cause any heat. How much? I have 6. How much ammo do I got per box? 120 rounds per box. 5 tons. I'm doing it. This is 7 tons. This is 5 tons. Do I have another LRM-20? I do not have another LRM-20. But that's not enough ammo now. I have 3 tons left. Might as well put some lasers on him. If I put large lasers, it's 5 tons each, and I'm not gonna do that. I can put 3 medium lasers on him. That's gonna ruin the heat efficiency, but only when I'm using lasers. So that's fine. That's gonna be 35 missiles, and they're gonna be clustered better, and they're gonna be causing... Oh no, that's the stability damage is only for short-range missiles. Long-range missiles just have clustering, and that's a wonderful. It's gonna take a week. That's fine because we have to switch planets anyway. So there is an the way that ammo gets from the legs to the shoulders is there is an internal ammunition feed. So here's the thing. Yeah, it's difficult to. Oh, this is this poor planet, but we have to get him off the list. If you Google Mech Warrior Battle Mech schematics, you can see cross sections of it, of mechs, and there is like an internal. Think of it like hollow bones. So the insides of the frames in the mechs are hollow, and they can put in stuff in it. So ammo simply just gets. It literally travels in boxes from one place to another, and the weapon itself holds a certain amount of rounds before it requests additional ammunition. 6 days. 1.7 million, that's not enough for an upgrade. Like I said, the world of Mech Warrior, of BattleTech, is ridiculously detailed. Of course, it's not realistic, but a good fantasy game doesn't have to be realistic. It just has to sound realistic. It just has to sound plausible. It just has to have some internal logic, internal sense based on the setting. And it does. The way that these work, it makes sense. Banshee is too expensive. There's another Marauder here. Urban Mech, we will not be buying Urban Mechs. Heat sinks, jump jets. LBX stands, how much do you weigh? Oh, this is just ammo. This is just ammo. What's an AC5 and 10 and an arc beacon and a snub PPC? Ooh, okay, what do you do? Ah, so this is a PPC shotgun. Don't want that. PPCs are good for sniping, they're not good for shotgunning. Yeah, it depends on the modifications used, Vic. So each of the modifications changes the outline. So if it's full of cogs and gears, that's probably a gyro. There is even a artificial muscle fiber. I can't remember what it's called in game. That's actually making the mechs move. So they don't just use like axles and motors. They actually use like artificial muscles. Capture base, assassinate, capture base, escort and recovery. Okay. Ambush, capture base. It's gonna go for money because salvage here is gonna be crap. Salty, you're up. Yeah, they're not literal muscles. They're like contracting bundles of wire, I suppose. Anyway, that's how the mech's gonna be 15 meters tall and only weigh 100 tons at the most. Because things like that are keeping their weight low. Because if you actually made something that's 15 meters tall, it would weigh a lot more than just 100 tons. Or 20 tons on the low end of the spectrum for the light mechs. A fully laden truck can be 15 tons. An empty truck is usually 2 to 3 tons. The engine alone is like 800 kilograms, which is close to a ton. So 20 tons for a 7 meter tall mech. Yeah, it's way too little. That would weigh a lot more. But it's because of the engines being light and because of those muscles being used instead of motors and things, and the frames being light or made of light alloys, that everything is like that. And of course it's all science fiction, but it works in the setting. It makes sense in the setting. And the reason why everything is in such round numbers is because this is originally a tabletop game. BattleTech is a tabletop and you can play it with miniatures. And everything that's used is rounded off to make sense for that. So in real world, you would not see an ammunition load which would be exactly 1 ton. It's usually a lot less. Even a tank ammunition is usually around half a ton fully loaded, if that, depends on the ammunition. So it's mostly just for logistical purposes in game like that. It just simplifies it. Okay, these are all lights, so they will go down really quickly. That being said, they are also... I might as well fire.
All weapons committed.
It was an okay shot, I think, considering how low accuracy was. Oh, a vehicle!
Damage minimal.
Ready for orders.
You better be ready for orders. You're gonna be sniping. Of course, the percentages are low because they're lights.
All weapon systems.
That's one light out of the picture.
Tango's trash.
Waiting for orders.
I'm just gonna go close to them and I'm gonna smack them in the face. Although you, I can just kill off immediately. There's no even need for all of these lasers.
Confirmed.
There we go.
One more for the trash heap.
An AC-10 plus, more than enough.
Position confirmed.
I shouldn't have moved closer. Ooh, there's a ammo explosion again. Why would you keep ammo in the torso? The RNG is on my side, which means I'm probably gonna get unlucky and get a bunch of headshots on me later. That's usually how it goes with RNG. It's a vehicle. Is AC-5 gonna be enough? Yep, it is.
Complete. You're clear to move on.
Oh yeah, this is a half star of a difficulty, so yeah, there won't be any risks here. I might have even taken different mechs.
Location confirmed.
There we go. Oh, there's gonna be more enemies, huh?
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements. They're heading your way.
I've got something unknown on my sensors.
That's all lights. It's either a locust or a flea. Probably cicada. Actually, might be a commando. Ah, locust. There was an update for Space Haven, but the additions are not significant in my opinion to warrant another playthrough. I will play it again once there's something actually to show in it, but I mean they did add quite a few interesting things, but not enough to warrant another playthrough at this point. It just I'm gonna wait for it to actually have more significant add-ons before going back to it.
Target eliminated.
Standing by.
I actually haven't played Barotrauma. I mean, I've seen it, I know how it looks like, I know how it plays, and I was right, this is a... Oh, it's not, it's a Jenner. I know how it plays, but I haven't actually played it.
Receiving you. Confirmed.
What I need to invest some time into playing at some point is From the Depths. Oh, that was beautiful. That was so much stability damage. And he lost an arm there. That's the thing, I didn't actually check, but has Barotrauma actually been completed, or is it still in early access? Has it actually been released? Because I honestly don't know. Is that a dead guy? That's close to a dead guy.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
Yeah, I don't mind it being in early access, I'm just asking. There are plenty of games which are great even in early access. I mean, the whole early access thing is great, you just have to be aware of what you're doing. You are essentially gonna play a game which is unfinished, and there is always a risk it might never be finished. But for the most part, Early access
Roger
games
that.
are, at least in my experience, have been a wonderful experience. I always enjoyed being part of the development process of video games in any capacity, so seeing these games as they develop is wonderful. The only ones I regret, well, capacity, the only ones I regret purchasing is Satisfactory. Not because of the game is great, I love the game, Satisfactory is an awesome game. In fact, me and William will be having a little co-op project happening soon, but that's gonna be uploaded directly to YouTube. But I got it when it just came out in early access on Epic, and I don't like Epic. I really don't like Epic. So yeah, I got it on Epic, and of course now it's available on Steam, and I wish I have waited. I wish that I didn't get it when it was up for grabs there. I wish I waited and just got it on Steam. I don't like Epic. There's nothing specifically wrong with Epic. I just don't like it. I don't like the way that Epic does things. I don't like the way that they're hogging the market or their business practices. I just not a fan, and the Epic launcher isn't exactly stable, and for some reason it doesn't want to remember my logins, and I have to keep reinstalling it and re-logging, and I think I reset my path for Epic more than any other DRM or application I have ever owned. So yeah, I wish I waited. I think we can go immediately to contracts. I don't think I gained anything there. Oh, I'm gonna check. But yeah, I didn't gain anything there. Ambush convoy, we will ignore that. Capture base for 400. I'm gonna take a salvage piece and we'll do it for 300. Well, I don't mind the bots as long as they're not completely retarded, but in Barotrauma, Barotrauma is one of those games that benefits from being played in co-op. You can play it solo, but you don't want to. You do want to play it with friends. That's where it shines. Co-op games, or games which are intended to be played in co-op, even when they can be played solo, they're not all that fun solo. At least not for me. I might be an outliner here, but I don't really like that. I prefer playing co-op games in co-op with friends. Vic, do you recognize this tune? I hate this map just because I have to wiggle around here to get there, and it's foresty on the way.
On it.
Affirmative. On it.
Confirmed.
Copy that.
Got it.
Roger that. Roger.
Position confirmed.
Well, these one difficulty missions, at least they're easy to complete. I don't know where the hell the enemy is. Well, they can be either coming from that spawn, or I don't even know. I don't even know what other spawns are on this particular map. I'm gonna assume it's that spawn.
Roger.
Move order received.
hostile contacts inbound.
Inbound or there? Ah, there they are.